The courtroom comes to life as Judge VB takes the bench. The Harper case is called A Young Marriage on the Edge of Collapse. Mrs. Harper wastes no time. With 2 small children at home, she claims her husband has been unfaithful. Her voice cracks as she describes late nights, secret texts, and clients in bikinis. For her, suspicion has become heartbreak.
It's now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1067, Harper case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Harper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, basically, I am leaving Mr. Harper because I have reason to believe that he's been involved with other women, and we have 2 children. We've only been married 2 years, and I'm devastated.
All right. How old are your children?
They are 2 and 6 months.
Oh, you have little babies.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. So you said you have reason to believe. What do you mean by that?
Well, we're in the pool business. My husband, soon to be ex-husband, is in the pool business, and he's going out to these pools after they're finished. I mean, these women are in their bikinis. They're laying out, why does he need to be over there? He's saying that he's just servicing. I don't know what he's servicing.
Servicing the pool after hours?
That's a good question. So, yeah, I mean, I looked at his phone one day. I mean, it was just because I needed to check on something because I'm in the business too. I'm the secretary. Okay. And there's these women, these customers that are texting him. And, I mean, I can't even repeat what some of these texts
The customers that are in the swimsuits?
So they're the women of these pools that have been put in, and they're texting him long after the pools have been put in.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children.
Mrs. Harper paints a vivid picture of her husband's pool business, a job that keeps him close to women in swimsuits long after the work is done. She admits she looked through his phone, uncovering messages too explicit to repeat. To her, these aren't just customers. They're proof of betrayal.
Up in this kind of situation, and I basically want to leave with the children. And, he makes a lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money. But when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school, and we have a nanny. And so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big adjustment for any of us.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
$1,800. What kind of private school is it?
It's a good private school.
Oh my.
But this isn't only about broken trust. Mrs. Harper tells the court she wants out of the marriage, with the children. She insists the life they've built, private school, a nanny, a $500,000 home, must remain untouched for the children's sake. Her request is clear: stability for the kids, financial support from her husband.
Gosh, they teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
well,
be.
Well, the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
that's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional. I mean, you grow with the school, so.
Does the tuition payment grow too?
No.
Oh, okay. So it stays at $1,800.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
Okay, I follow you now. So if we were to break that down monthly, that's about $150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I mean, he pays most of the bills, so he can probably answer that better.
Okay. Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
Okay.
So
the judge presses for details. Tuition is nearly $1,800 a month. A nanny is on the payroll, and Mrs. Harper wants to buy a new home, close to their current neighborhood to keep the transition as smooth as possible. The number she mentions, $3,000 a month in mortgage payments. The courtroom grows tense as the lifestyle costs add up.
Yeah, and
Would you be renting out those homes?
basically, I would like to buy one
Okay.
so that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
Okay. So you want him to buy you a home, you and the children a home?
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about any other bills that you would potentially have to pay?
So, I think he should keep paying for the nanny and the private school.
Okay.
And, I have been only working part-time. And of course, I would not want to keep working in the business with him and these customers who are still coming around. So I would have to find a job, and that could take a really long time. So I would think he should pay everything until I find something where I can work part-time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Well, just don't believe his excuses about these women. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Harper?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And, one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work.
When asked what she expects from her husband, Mrs. Harper leaves no doubt: spousal support. She argues she cannot continue working in the family business, not while surrounded by the same women she suspects. Until she finds a new job, she wants him to cover everything. The judge nods, then turns to hear Mr. Harper's side.
So I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we've put in a pool? Absolutely.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No.
Okay.
It's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got questions.
He maintains contact.
And I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business. And I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I keep in contact with all those clients.
Why are these women saying that, come over, I'm going to be laying out?
They tell me whatever they want to tell me. That has nothing to do with.
So you go join them while they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by their pool, they're out by the pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture. So now I will say this: she has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does work part-time as the secretary, but her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you'll agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that.
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work for taking care of the kids.
Speaking of the nanny, how much do you pay her a month?
We're actually paying her probably a little less than what we deserve, but it's probably about $1,200 a month.
Okay.
And
so you make pretty good money. How much money do you make in this pool business?
Well, I've been averaging about $280 a year.
But it could be higher.
Mr. Harper stands firm. He insists the accusations are false, that his late-night visits are business, not pleasure. He claims loyalty to his clients brings referrals, keeping his business strong. But Mrs. Harper is ready with a counterpunch, a photo of him in a client's pool. He denies it, calling her imagination very good. The battle lines are clear, her suspicions versus his denials.
It could be.
or could be lower?
It depends on the market.
Okay.
He's not even being truthful about that. He makes over 300.
He makes over 300? Okay. Is that true, Mr. Harper?
No, that's not true.
So where did she get that from?
Well, I mean, it's her lifestyle. I mean, she likes going out and with her girlfriends and having her lunches and having her, her spa days and
Therapy sessions.
She pay. I pay
You
for.
call your spa days therapy sessions?
No, I'm going to therapy because of what he's putting me through.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not what your imagination is putting you through?
I imagine
Because he said you are imagining all of this.
I imagine he was a good guy too a couple of years ago when I said I do. So yeah, only in that do I have a good imagination.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I maintain the house and maintain the bills and take care of all that, I also have the kids on my insurance, her on my insurance.
How much is the insurance for just the children?
$309.
$309, okay.
Yeah. And, that's important to me. I want the kids to be safe. I want the kids to be brought up in a good, wholesome environment.
Wholesome.
And she,
You're not
she
even
gives
home
everything
at
off to the
night.
nanny.
Ma'am, let him speak. I gave you an opportunity to speak. He did not interrupt you while you were speaking. I promise I will get back to you. Continue, Mr. Harper.
She doesn't, she pretty much hands everything off to the nanny and requires the nanny to take care of all that. She's got a pretty cozy lifestyle. We've got a nice house. I'd like to keep I'd like to keep the kids, with me.
No.
And make sure they're taken care of because she's too busy taking care of herself.
All right. But your work schedule, would that permit you to?
Mr. Harper shifts focus. He portrays himself as the provider, the one paying the nanny, the insurance, the bills. He admits earning nearly $280,000 a year, but rejects her claim of $300,000. In his view, she lives a cozy life of spa days and lunches with friends, leaving the nanny to care for their children. She fires back, saying those spa days are therapy sessions brought on by his betrayal.
Have the children on a
It would
full-time
be
basis?
difficult, but I would see it made sure it happened.
So wouldn't it be in the best interest of the children for them to just stay with mom like they've always been doing?
Well, if mom would stay with them, yeah, I would agree with that. But it's like I said, it's primarily the nanny.
But you're paying for the nanny, so it would be the same difference if you were to have them. Well, no, they would be with the nanny more if they were with you.
Possibly.
So you could potentially be paying the nanny more if the children were with you. Yeah, I don't think that's good for them. Ms. Harper, I have a couple of questions for you. What is your educational background, if any?
Yeah, I'm very proud to say that I got my GED.
Okay.
Yes.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you were going to say something else when I asked you not to interrupt him.
Oh, well, so he's saying he wants them to have a wholesome lifestyle. Like, give me a break. What's wholesome about going to these women's houses, when he could be at home at night? So it's not always during the day. He's not home a lot
I'm not
night.
at women's houses every night or anything like that.
But some nights, huh?
No, not even some nights. Occasionally it happens. And their family is there as well.
So your customers call you at night for pool maintenance?
No, they'll call me at night.
Is that what you're telling me here today?
No, they'll call me at night to ask me questions about referrals, about maintaining the pool, things like that.
At night?
Sure. Usually when I go over at night, their families are there too.
How late are we talking at night?
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's not too late.
It makes no sense. Wholesome
Well, I agree
family.
with that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a wholesome family. We would have dinner.
The judge cuts through the tension. Mr. Harper admits his schedule is demanding, but insists he would still fight for custody. Yet under questioning, it becomes clear the children would likely spend even more time with the nanny if they lived with him. Mrs. Harper seizes the moment, questioning what kind of wholesome life includes nighttime visits to women's homes. The courtroom buzzes with the clash of lifestyles.
Together, we would be at home, we'd be reading to the kids, playing with the kids, putting them to bed.
Should have fixed dinner, but yeah.
Ooh, so you don't cook?
Well, I mean, we have somebody for that.
Oh, so you all have a chef too?
Well, we usually have food brought in, either I come home with dinner or pick something up but yeah, kitchen, no, that's for snacks.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I am going to do. I definitely think that your wife has grounds. She's eligible to receive some sort of spousal maintenance, especially if she no longer wishes to remain in the home with you. Had she wished to remain in the home, this would probably be a different type of situation. She may still be entitled to some spousal maintenance, just probably not as much. So what I'm going to do is to order you pay spousal maintenance to your wife. And it's not going to be anything that's, forever, ma'am. I just want you to understand that it will definitely be a temporary situation, at least to get you on your feet so you can look for a job, find suitable living arrangements for the children and everything like that. So first, let's start with child support. You said your yearly income is about $280,000 a year. So that would put you, even if it's at $300,000, ma'am, in Texas, he caps. So his gross would be based on $12,325.35, which would make his net resources $9,200. Now, sir, are these the only two children you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So $9,200.
Supposedly.
Well, that has nothing to do with me. We can review that at a later date, but as of today, that has nothing to do with me. So when we look at your income, that brings your net resources to about $8,891. You have two children. So if we multiply that by 25%, that brings your child support amount to $2,222.75. Now, your wife testified, and you really didn't disagree with her, that you testified about the nanny costing $1,200 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. The private school is $1,800 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. Wife also testified that the mortgage potentially for the next home will be about $3,000. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that because, ma'am, you will be working and you should be able to maintain something. I'm not going to have him just 100%.
Then comes the ruling. The judge acknowledges Mrs. Harper's sacrifices and her limited education. She rules that Mrs. Harper is eligible for spousal maintenance, but only temporarily. The husband will also pay child support, the nanny's wages, and private school tuition. Together, it adds up to nearly $6,800 a month. The judge makes it clear, this is not a free pass. Mrs. Harper must seek work or risk losing support.
And take care of you. Spousal maintenance is to assist. It's not to help you, just live off of him for a long time. So spousal maintenance is going to be in the amount of $4,500. I gave you a credit for that $309 with the health insurance. So that brings your monthly obligation for child support and spousal maintenance to $6,800 a month, which I believe is pretty fair. I mean, you've been maintaining the nanny, you've been maintaining the private school. Nothing should change when it comes to the children. But as far as you're concerned, I do believe that part of that responsibility should be yours in terms of paying the mortgage. And I just want to reiterate, this is only temporary. So you start working, you make decent living. The children, for whatever reason, are no longer in private school, or the nanny is for whatever reason removed. He can come back and petition the court and ask for something different. And there's a high likelihood his payment of spousal support to you may be removed. So I just want to make sure I'm clear about that.
So what if it takes me a year to get a job?
Well,
Probably take her longer than that.
I hope it wouldn't take you years, ma'am. At that point, you're just being spoiled, must I say. It should not take you years to find a job. If it takes you years to find a job, that means you are intentionally not actively looking for a job. And if he comes back in here and that is the case, I will surely make sure that he stops paying you spousal maintenance. Okay, is there anything further?
No.
You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B.
Mrs. Harper protests. What if finding a job takes years? The judge does not waver. Her voice is sharp, commanding. Spousal maintenance is a bridge, not a lifelong guarantee. If Mrs. Harper drags her feet, payments will stop. The message is unmistakable. Independence is the goal.
I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Harper case. Well, here we are again with spousal support cases. Remember, I told you before we can even get to the factors of how someone would qualify for spousal maintenance, we first have to make sure that they're eligible. So in this particular case, you heard wife in this case, she testified that she worked part-time for her husband's pool business. She also is maintaining the household for the majority of the other time. She testified to them having a nanny to watch the children attending, well, at least one child attending private school, and she no longer wanted to reside in the home with husband, which would mean that she needed some assistance in getting her another home. Fair, right? Well, you also heard that husband makes about $280,000 a year, potentially could be more depending on the market. Well, when you're looking at spousal maintenance, we determined that wife would actually be eligible because what else did she testify to? She said that she received her GED. So she technically, based on the facts in this case, wouldn't even have the means to suit her minimal needs. Therefore, she's definitely eligible for spousal support. So when there is a case that involves children, on top of spousal support, you also have child support. We calculated what husband's child support amount should be. We also maintain the status quo in a sense. Husband is still maintaining the private school tuition for one of the children. He's maintaining the nanny for both of the children. But something interesting I did here with the spousal maintenance, I split it in half. It's not fair for husband to be 100% responsible for all of his wife's living expenses. Therefore, since she'll be looking for a job sometime in the future, it was only fair that they split the cost of a potential future mortgage.
As the case closes, Judge VB breaks it down for the viewers. Mrs. Harper qualifies for support? Yes. But the law demands fairness. The husband will provide, but only until she can stand on her own. The mortgage will be shared. The children's needs will remain protected.